Two Brothers Adventure back, and we're at the SHOT Show booth 2015, and today we're going to show you the Sub2000 Gen 2. I know you guys are familiar with the Gen 1 Sub2000, and if you're not, then you should be. But anyway, we're going to go with the Gen 2 here. We'll start up here at the muzzle end. We've now got an aluminum sight, and the great thing about this aluminum sight is it's much more durable than the first polymer sight that we had on the Gen 1. It has an A2 post in there, so you don't need any special tools, proprietary tools to adjust for your elevation. And here you've got your windage adjustment. Below that you have a set screw. Now this is really cool about the new Gen. If you take the muzzle nut off, there's a muzzle nut on here too. You take the muzzle nut off, you loosen up the set screw, you can actually screw off the sight. And it's 1/2x28 threads, so you can put a brake on there and stick a suppressor on the gun if you want.
Oh, cool.
Which I'm all about that. I love suppressing my guns. But yeah, so it's rugged now. It's just much more modular. There's a lot more you can do with the muzzle end of the gun, and that's a really key component there. And you'll notice the difference from the Gen 1 to the Gen 2 in the handguard probably right away. It's much more streamlined. It's now got 1913 pick rails both on top and bottom. It's coming that way right out of the box. This is not an extra accessory you have to purchase. This is actually how the gun is going to come out of the box. These are M-lock slots here, so you can get your Magpul M-lock sections, put them on there wherever you want for your flashlight and other accessories. A lot of people like to run lasers on these too for home defense role. And moving on back towards the receiver on the handguard here, we've got our infamous gator grip to kind of stick with the theme of the rest of our firearms. And we have to represent Florida because that's where we're out of. But it also gives a really great place to purchase the gun for shooting. If you want to hold the gun back here close to the receiver, it's kind of nice. Moving over here to the receiver part of the gun, we have a new mold for the Sub2000, and there's a bunch of reasons for that, and I'll go over a couple of them now. It's much more ergonomic now, and this is where the whole idea started to fix the gun up. We needed a new mold because the old mold that we were using for the polymer was getting pretty old, and it was causing some issues with the way the plastics were turning out. So they started to do the new mold and decided, well, let's just do the whole gun. We'll start from the muzzle and just create a whole different Sub2000. So all the internal parts are the same. The barrel's the same except for the muzzle end of it. So nothing's changed in there. So we're not. It's not like if you need a repair job on your Gen 1, we're not going to run out of Gen 1 parts because they're all the same internals. But what this does as well with the new polymer molds is we no longer have to trim any of the plastics. And since we don't have to trim the plastics, the production rate on the gun goes up 100%. So we'll be able to crank these things out starting here in just a couple of months, which is a really, really good thing because I know the Sub2000s are hard to find, and when you can find them, they're way overpriced. So this will hopefully knock that price back down because we can actually put out so many more of these. So, and moving on back to the bolt tube, this is a really neat feature. It's now black nitrided, so we did away with the bluing and the parkerizing, both on the bolt tube and a little collar goes on here, holds everything together. And moving back to the stock, this is very cool. This is something that our customers have been asking for a long time, and it's now adjustable, so you can get 1.25 inches more length of pull out of the stock just by popping the assembly pin out, pushing the stock in and putting it back in. And it doesn't affect the internal workings of the gun. So that is the new Sub2000 starting here in 2016. And for all of you that aren't familiar with the gun, it actually folds in half, so it's a great trail gun, good backpack gun. I know you guys can testify to that. So there you go. Two Brothers viewers, thanks for stopping by, checking out the Gen 2 Sub2000 from Keltec. And happy shooting. We'll see you guys on the range.